like the castle in its corner in a medieval game. I foresee terrible trouble, and I stay here just the same. I'm a fool. Welcome back. That was Steely Dan's Dirty Work off their Can't Buy a Thrill album. And I just did a verse and a chorus so you can get an idea what you can do with just one guitar. If you'd like to support the work I'm doing, there's a link in the description. There's also a link to the chord chart and the chord diagrams. And now a couple things I need to tell you. The song is in D flat on the album. So what I did, so that I could do this lesson, because I wanted to do it in drop D, because the chords they just sound great with this tune. And so what I did with the other guitar, I tuned that whole guitar down a half a step, and then I tuned the low E string down another whole step. This guitar I'm doing the lesson on, it's just in 440 tuning, but it is drop D. So I tuned my E string down to D. So that's a D chord. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the chart and go over the chord diagrams and just show you how I'm playing all these chords, and we'll talk about the rhythm a little bit. And well, let's just get started. Okay, here we go. Okay, so if you look at this chart, I'm going to explain this a little bit. This is a typical Nashville chart. However, in Nashville, they would all be numbers instead of letters. So, but it's it's laid out the same way. I mean, this is how I write my chart. So the I, that stands for intro. This is a verse, chorus, instrumental, and then the chorus. So each letter is one measure. So D for one measure, G for one measure, B minor, and then C. It's actually a C add 9. And this arrow that's pointing up, I'll show you what that is. What it is okay, that's C. It's just, it's like a little walk up to D. You'll see in when I demonstrate the chord changes, you'll see what I'm talking about. So this intro, you play it 3 times, and then you play D for one measure, G for one measure, and then the verse starts. So we got B minor, then for one measure. Each one of these, just remember, each one of these are one measure. I made a little mistake here, so I had to take this chord out here. So it's B minor, E minor, A add 9, D, and then G, C add 9, D. And then this is the first ending, and then it goes back over here. So this is A over C sharp and B minor. So there's 2 chords. It's underlined. There's 2 chords. Each one of these gets 2 beats. And same thing here, A and G. There's 2 chords in this measure, so each one gets 2 beats. Then you go back here, and after you play this D, then here's the second ending, E minor, and then E minor again. Now, this is a 2/4 bar. This is a 4/4 bar. This is a 2/4 bar, and I always put a box around them and then put 2 dashes above the chord, and that indicates that that's a 2/4 bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, chorus. Okay, and chorus is exactly like the intro, 3 times, D and G. And let's see if there's anything else I need to tell you about here. This is pretty straight ahead. And then it gets to the instrumental part. That's A. And by the way, add 9 chords and regular chords like just triads like A. If I just indicate A, you can play an A add 9 if you want. It works in most cases. Same with C. Like I didn't write C here, but you can play C add 9 there as well. And then, okay, so let's get going on the chord diagrams. Okay, so I wrote out the intro now. Well, let's do the intro first. Let me just show you what I've got going here. So this is, just remember, you have to tune your low E string down to D, and then this will all make sense. Now, this, I wrote D, but really it's D add 9. So if I put this note in here, right there, see, that looks like, your D chord. Well, I want this 9th in there, so I'm going to get rid of that C. And okay, So this is really what I'm playing is an add 9. So I guess I should write that in there just so it's not confusing. But again, these are interchangeable. You can play add 9s in place of this regular D. Okay, so this is the whole intro here. So let's just, let me show you how I'm playing that. So I'm playing it a little faster than what's on the record. And 3, 4. That's where the verse starts, okay? So, and really that this E string on this D chord, it's really not that prominent. You can probably hear it a little bit. I'm really kind of muting it almost. So, okay, so this is D, this, and then the rest of them are open. Everything's open, and then we go to G. So remember, we're in drop D, right? So G would be right here. But since we've got to tune down a whole step, we've got to move that note up here. So I'm playing 1, 5, and then the next 2 strings are open, and then we have 5 and 1. So you're doubling up on some of the numbers. So basically 1, 5, and then you have 1, 5, and then 1, 5. So we have 3 1s and 5s in here, and they're all an octave apart. So that's how you get that real big sound. Then we're going to B minor. Okay, let me this G, just to make sure we get this. So, barring those two, these 2 are open, and then here. Okay, then B minor, and then C, add 9. Okay, so the add 9 is, you can play it like this, and then you want to get the C right here. Or you could play this one. The only problem with this is that you're going to have a problem getting the slide up, So let's go with this one. Okay, in context. So now this is D add 9. So it's the same voicing. So you're sliding this whole thing. 3, 4. And after I do this, I'm kind of doing a little strum thing. And you notice I'm not going back to this. I'm only playing this one on the first. This is D add 9, and this is D add 9. So after I do this slide, I'm not going back down to this. You could, but it's you don't really. This works perfectly fine. So just one more time on the intro. That's where the verse starts. Let's take a look at the verse, at the chord diagrams here. So the verse starts here. So we're on, whoops, that's not D add 9, that's a B minor. So sorry about that. Okay. So we got a B minor, and then it goes to E minor, then A add 9, and then D add 9. So let me show you how to play those, or how I'm doing them. So the B minor is pretty straight ahead. Times are hard. And I'm just, because remember, drop D, so you got to get, this is E, well that's D, so in order to get an E, we've got to move it up here. So if you're going to play an E minor, you've probably seen that before, just these two here. We got to add that one. So, times are hard. Then we go to A add 9. you're afraid to pay the fee. And then we go to G. So you find yourself somebody. Okay, now I'm playing this C add 9 here because I like the sound of it here instead of this one. But you can play this one. It's just perfectly legitimate. So times are you're afraid to pay the fee. So you okay, then back to G or D. We do the job for free. We do the job for free. Okay, let's take a look at the chord changes on that walk down. So this is A over C sharp. So this is an A chord right here, but we want the third in the bass, and C sharp is the note that's in the bass. So that's our lowest note, and then we go to B minor. So you've already know that. You already know this. Actually, what I'm playing is this. I'm not doing an add 9 for this walk down, because this note is in here. So let's change this here. Oh, why is it not letting me do that? Oops. Oh, okay, here we go. So I'm going to get rid of the add 9 part. Okay, here we go. And then G. So this walk down is 1, 2, 3. And by the way, I tried to lay out these chord diagrams so that they're kind of in order, and they're in order the phrasing as well. Well, actually, let me get back to the verse here. So, okay, so that's one phrase. And then we get to, and then we do, then that's one phrase, and then we're doing this walk down. Okay, let me show you this walk down here. Okay, so it's A. So it's just like an A chord. It's just voice different. So this is 1, 3, 5, and then here's a 3. So it's A, okay. And then B minor, and I'm just barring this here. Just barring across. So I can get that. So I'm plucking these with my fingers. So these 3 fingers, 1, 2, 3. I'm plucking those 3 strings with my thumb on the A string. Or you can strum it. Okay, so then the G, these 2 notes are open. It's just these 2 notes that are fretted on the 5th fret. Those are all open. These 3, the B string, the G string, and D string are open. So. Okay, then we get back to let me get it in context here. Okay, then it goes back to B minor. Same, it just kind of repeats the verse. That's an E minor. Okay. Back to D. That's E minor. And that's where that 2/4 bar is. So let me just see. That's the. Okay, so hopefully you caught that. So when it goes into the chorus, then the chorus is exactly like the intro that you saw there. So it's D, G, C. No, it's B minor. So it's D, G, B minor, and then C, and it does that little walk up every time. Okay, so it does a verse and a chorus twice. Okay, so it does a verse and a chorus, and it repeats verse and a chorus, and then it goes to this instrumental section. Let's take a look at the chord changes here, or the diagram. So we do, this is the chorus. And I didn't write in the entire chorus, I mean, because this part repeats. And hopefully you're catching on to the little variations I'm doing here. Okay, so this is the instrumental part. And then it repeats the chorus and it fades out on the chorus. So, okay, I'm going to do a chorus and then I'll go into the instrumental section. Okay, that's the chorus, and then it fades out on the chorus. So the instrumental section is A. So after there's a section. So I'm just playing an A chord here. I'm really only hitting these 3 strings. And then it goes to F sharp minor. So in F sharp minor, if you were going to play it like this, you know, you bar all the way across and then these 2, right? But since it dropped D, you know, you got to move this up a whole step. So just keep barring it. Okay. And then go back to A, and then it goes to F sharp minor again, and then it goes to E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then it starts the chorus again, and it fades out on the chorus, and that's the whole tune. Okay, hopefully you got something out of that. I appreciate you watching, and remember that there's a chord chart. A link to the chord chart and the chord diagrams in the description. And if you want to support the work I'm doing, there's a link there as well too. So anyhow, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.